Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson 3. Today lesson will go through LO3. My name is Anjum Sata and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. Please, if you have any question, drop me email. Today lesson LO3, which is about be able to create a plan, implement effective change within our organization. So within our organization, how we can implement. It's absolutely fine. You make a plan where we are and where we want to go. Planning is all about. So when you make the plan, always we making the decision. Decision making is selecting the best course of action. So when we want to be implement the change, something we want to replace it, something we want to be innovative, something we want to. Okay, why we want change? Anyone knows? Let's we'll discuss why really we want to be implement change, and we can ask the question, why change? What do you think? Is it due to pastel, which is due to the political, economic, social, technological, legal, and economic eco factors is change? That's why we want change. We want change due to OT, our strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's we want to be changed. We want to be, if you look Porter 5 forces model, we want to change. Change we want because profit decrease, that's we want change. Market shares, yes. Change increase we want to bring innovation, yes. We want to change because it's quite, either, it's one of the great scholars said, either you're 80 or 20. If you stop learning, you become older. We want to be increased. So think about technology, IT, yes, artificial intelligence, everything, is changed. And we want to be changed due to the COVID-19. We never sell things online. We want to be changed our strategy. And now we make the plan, but we never implement it. We need to think about how we can implement it properly. So today lesson, so you can think about change management, scale 1 to 10, how much we know. Today lesson is indicative content, what we'll go through. Change model 7S, which we'll go through. 3 steps change model, which we'll discuss. We go through the quarter change model. We'll discuss Kober Rose EdCore model, and we'll go through the tools and technique organizational change management. We image, attitude, risk management, team building, influence of change. What are the influence from external, internal factors? We'll discuss milestone things, and that's all we'll discuss. So before we'll start, again, we discussed in the last lesson what happened with these companies, why they not sustain. If you don't change yourself, you think, no, I don't want to learn, I hate IT. Yes, you think, I don't want to learn new language. You think, I don't want to sell other than what we are selling. Is it not forever the things you like today, you won't be like tomorrow? Because the things you like today, it's not mean you will like forever. Things have changed, and your wishes, the customer desire, competition, things are changed. So that's why we want to be changed according to what is happening. So we think about how we can diversify to minimize risk of, because the competition increase. We have a competition, how we can reduce change, sustainability, how we can sustain sustainability, which is 3 P's. 3 P's, profit, planet, and people. We need to change them. So BHS is not sustained, but the Primark is fast growing. Why? Because the Primark implemented the change according to the market requirement, but not BHS. So we have to be changed. If we'll carry on, we think we are number of years very rich. Yes, we have a knowledge and skill. You can't really sustain. So for the sustainability, we have to change. Okay. So next we're looking 3.1 assessment criteria. Assess the select relevant tools and techniques, implement the model of change. So first of all, we need to be understand what those models are and what we need to be changed to be implement the thing. So Mackenzie 7S, one of the great scholars, he gave the 7S approach, described the organization is a consistent several S, 7S approach, which is interrelated internal elements. A change in one element will have to be, we have to change in other. All 7 elements must be aligned to ensure the organization's success. Determine how best they implement strategy to improve the organization performance. To examine the effect of future changes within the company. Align the department and processes during the merger or acquisition. So what those 7S, we need to think about the structure. Yes, head office, everything coming from head office. We're not giving power. We're not delegating. You maybe heard about the undercover boss or you watch the program. If you want to be really understand the ground reality, we need to understand the organization structure. We need to change the way we do. We have to develop the new system. We have a leadership style, autocratic sort of ideology, but we have to change to democratic because we can't sustain with it forever. Staff, yes, we need to be bring the innovative staff, diverse staff, diversity. If we hate, this sort of people, we're not going to recruit. People from this country, we're not going to recruit. What will be happen? Because ultimately, you can't grow as an organization. You have to be diverse, diversify. Yes, that's why you can earn unsuccessful skill. So we discuss about capability and competencies, capabilities and competencies. So we capabilities mean ability to do something, but competencies is unless you bring something new, something innovative, you reduce your time. Yes, to produce things, you have to reduce your cost. Yes, and you have to improve your quality. Then we can sustain. Strategy is action plan. So according to this model, there are the hard elements of the organization behavior. We have to strategy, what the will company will do, structure, how will organize, system, what are the procedures need to be placed. These are hard element. What are the soft element? Staff, yes, style, shared value, skills. If we don't do it, we can't really implement the change. So that's according to the McKinsey. We need to be focused on the 7S. Okay, one of the other great scholar, Levin, he gave the model of the chain. He said this is the process shown in the diagram below have the steps. So one is unfreeze. So existing behavior, we need to unfreeze it because you have to change the behavior, attitude toward. Maybe we hate to work in a team, we are individual because you hate to look around, so we have to be look around, unfreeze, then the change behavior and refreeze it again. So the process of changing the level of quality of the customer survey comprise three stages. Unfreeze, create initial motivation to change by convincing staff undesirability of the present situation. Yes, change process itself mainly concerned with identifying what new behavior or the norm should be. This we have to acknowledge customer. We have to think the customer is a king. We're not king because we not only the company provide the goods. There are many other companies selling the same goods. People can switch and maybe not restricted to one country due to the technology. They can buy things from other part of the world. To communicate and the new attitude, culture, concept being adopted, refreezing or stabilizing the change, implying the reinforcement of the new pattern of work behavior by reward. Yes, that's we need to do. Okay, the another model which is given also force field model, which is given by the Levin. He mentioned there are the two types of the forces when we implement the charm. There are the restraint forces, there are the driving forces. So restraint forces we need to remove them, and driving forces we need to implement. So anxiety about the job security. Maybe we need to take the board and we need to show the confidence of the people that your job not at risk. If we don't make the change, then will be. So change seems less stimulating. Fear of the lost power of status. That's, we need to take on board. You will get the power. Fresh challenges in job, improved reward, or increased job discretion. That's all we need to do to be implement the change effectively in our organization to be successful. Okay, guys, any question from anyone? One other great scholar, Cotter, has set the following approaches. We need to look around the participation and involvement. If we don't do it, we can't implement the change. Education and communication, we need to. Facilitation and support, we have to offer. Manipulation and cooperation, we need to. Negotiation and agreement, we need to. And we have to change leadership style as well to implement. Then Cotter further identify that if you want to be changed, you have to look around the state and reactions of the chain and shown in the curve. So what we are going to do quick, I copied the link, there are some videos as well, good to watch please. So those I'll show you and we can quickly, look around, because that's, so even you can watch in your own time, because that is crucial to enhance our understanding in the area of the chain, why chain is important in real life. Really, these example we can embed it. Okay, that's, we need to make sure this is the, please, you can copy the link and there is a video we can watch in our own time. I'll show you as well. Okay, guys, anybody any question? If any question, please, you can ask. So this is the video, which is just, not big, 2 minutes. So we can watch the chain.
Every organization must be successful, but implementing change is rarely easy. People are used to their routines. They may be proud of their expertise, and fear of being under can be genuinely traumatic for some entirely. You can make on the work of psychiatrists and what is happening. So, effective communication is crucial. Be clear about where people can go for information and help. Answer questions as they crop up. Fear and resentment may lead some to how each person. They'll still need to test out what's going on. Station. Now's the time to celebrate with them. This is important. Your people will find it much easier to cope with. For more information about the change curve.
Okay, guys, this is the video one I want to highlight you, which is quite good to watch. If you watch in your time, that will help us, to be better understanding. Okay, then the cobbler and rose is further mentioned. They can be initially chain can be shock. Then is the denial. It's mean debrief and looking evidence that which is true. Initially can be frustration that recognize. Then we can go through the depression, low mood or low energy or the lack of. Then we do experiment. Yes, initially engagement of the new situation. Then we do the decision learning, how to work in the new situation, and then we integrate. So according to the cobbler rose model, that's we need to be follow these steps. Okay, then other model which is given by Edgar model, which is quite popular as well. First of all, we need to be awareness. Why really we want to change, and people should be aware of. Desire, gauge the people desire, how much desire they want to be adopt the change. What knowledge and training are the coaching being provided? The people have ability to do so or not? Reinforcement, monitor the change over the time to ensure the fulfill. So these are enabler zone where we have to, and this is engagement zone we have to engage. So I copied the links here, the video as well, which is quite good to watch one more. Yes, that also 2-3 minutes that also help us to be enhance our understanding. Okay, next we have 3.2, develop a plan where we have to, your organization is going through the big well, and you are not very pleased in the fact you are quite worried what your managers do or say increase in the your resistance. Manager can increase the resistance by failing to specify what chain, failing to explain why chain needed, not consulting, keeping people in the door, creating excess work pressures and expecting immediate result, and not dealing with the fear and anxiety, and ignore resistance. So we have to take on board like such a the fracking technology, getting the gas through the fracking technology, because that's because local community we need to involve, because there are some evidence that this will increase the risk of the earthquake. So we have to take on board what are the minimum chances of that. So that will help. Here is an example about the profit table. Payoff table can be useful the way represent and analyze the scenario and the range of possible outcome can be. So like we been given how much we want to be sell on the 25 days, we want to be sell 40 salads, 50, and those if we are at the company and selling off and we earning the profit, then can be what will be the price, if we can, what will be the demand of, so we can what are the probability of the things, we there are the probability we can sell this, there are the probability we can sell this 40, 50, yes, and how much we can earn it if we sell it. So we can look around all options, then we can make the decide. Many salads should be made every day. First, have a defined attitude risk. We have maximum rule for the pessimistic, and the minimum yes rules is required and expected value which we want to be achieved. So that's also help us to be achieved. Second is we looking the opportunities. This is opportunities and threats. So we can look around what are the opportunities in the market and what are the threats to minimize. If we not aware of, that will help to be minimize them. So under pastel we can look around all Porter diamond model, Porter five forces model, and we can look around opportunities and threats. So here we've been given the example about. So some opportunities and threat indicated the commercial television station, internet streaming program, or reviews such as today Sainsbury announced that they are not going to sell the CDs because this chain they are going to make other decision because the demand of the CDs is decreased is the YouTube and various stream engine where we can download the music. What's the point? Because the demand is taking the space, you're not earning the profit. Increase monitoring, which program reviews, yes, watch threads competing from of entertainments, yes, you will see their example, and then opportunities and threads, MP3 and other, the gaming and threads. So all this is we can look around in that. That also help us, to prepare our. So when we do any change, you look around the micro environment, you do the industry analysis, you do the competitor market, and then you forecast for the future. So there are different techniques. So you can look around seasonal variation, probabilities, segmentation, strategic choices, Porter five forces, Porter diamond model, all we can look around, and then we can implement the change. If we don't know about the stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest in the business is called stakeholders. Any interest. So if you don't understand the stakeholders betterly and their expectation, you can't really implement. So internal stakeholders, these are employees. Employees want fair wages, managers and director want, pay less and get more bonus themselves. And other stakeholders, we can look around the connected stakeholders. These are connected with the organization like shareholders. If the shareholder withdraw their investment, we can. The directors are the stewardship. They are working on the behalf of customer. We need to look around the quality and value-added products. The supplier want prompt payment. Finance provider, they want, and they want to check the ability we have to pay back. So always when we in do the chain, we need to look around the connected stakeholders. We need to look around the external stakeholder like community as a large, and creative accounting and social accounting. We need to what effect will be on society. Yes, we can buy all the table from China. We can earn profit to sell it, but what will be happen on the job, and ultimately what will be happen in the long run? People don't have money, don't have jobs. So what will be effect on of our action. Stakeholders conflict. We always need to look around the power interest, and we have to try to minimize the conflict. Employee versus managers. Yes, employees job wages versus bonus and the cost and efficiency. You will see each of them have a different power and different interest. We have to be make sure we look, how much power they have and how much interest they have. Resolving conflict, we need to be satisfying, sequential attention, side payment, exercise power, and we need to conflict. Other guys, men law is mission statement of the company. We need to look around corporate and corporate ethics, and we need to identify the group, and we need to look around their expectation. We've been given the risk management approach. Risk is mean a risk is mean a probability of happening something. Yes, it can be. So first, risk identify, risk assess. You plan the risk and risk monitor. Yes, so all you do, and that will help to be minimize the risk when we implement the change. Otherwise, we can't be successful to implement our change plan. Okay, then 3.3 is the develop, measure, and monitor and evaluate the progress of the change. So when we change something, we need to be planned strategies. Yes, strategic choices, strategic and implementation intended strategy would expect at each stage. It provides structural meaning. If we don't do, if we use a strategic business unit, like Ford have different Ford Fiesta, Ford Motor, Ford Mondeo. So if we want to be more about the electric car, so this change is a huge. So we need a step by step. Are the frequent? There are the restraint forces. There are the 7S. We need to be focused. Okay, when we implementing the change in any ways, in any form, we need to betterly understand the culture of the company, structure of the company, yes, symbol of the company, leadership style. So we have to develop the strategic and change. How we develop the strategies, intended strategies, we deliberate strategies, realized strategies, and then imposed and opportunities strategies. Where we have opportunities, we not avail it, we lose it. That's we need to be make sure we achieve. Okay, then we have been given the strategic planning process. Look around your mission, set your objective, internal appraisal, external appraisal, stakeholders, generate strategic options. Decision making is means selecting the best course of action. Yes, and review and then control. So then I included the slides here for you, and the video is quite good. Change management and planning, how we can do. Please, it's good to watch, further enhance your understanding. Okay, and then we have further, it's a video to watch. It's just for the chain, and then I included for you here some further reading. So you can copy and paste these links, please. It's good to be you read. And for assignment, we can use these, the tools and the resources to address the learning outcome. So that's all today. Today we discuss about implement the change and the tools and techniques and the models. Those we can use in the organization. If we don't change it, if we don't implement the change effectively, then we can't achieve our organization objective. And next lesson we'll go through LO4. And if you have in between any question, please drop the email anjam@ukversity.co.uk. Thanks for listening and attending. Thank you. Bye bye.